Hello, my dear students. I am Priyanka Puri, your science teacher, and today we are going to start a new chapter from your science book, that is chapter 11, which says the name of the chapter is Human Eye and the Colorful World. Okay, so this chapter is going to be very interesting. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about human eye and the various natural phenomena that we come across. Okay, now, the human eye is the most beautiful and the important organ of our body. Okay. Now, before going to this chapter, we should have some knowledge about refraction of light. And in the last lectures, I have told you about light. We discussed about the chapter light. There we discussed about refraction of light by lenses, and we also discussed about the nature, position, and relative size of images formed by the lenses. So this knowledge should be there to study about human eye and the colorful world, this chapter. Okay, so I think you know all this. Okay, now human eye. So this is the diagram of human eye. Okay, and we know that in earlier classes, okay, we know that we have five sense organs. Okay, that is your ears, okay, nose, tongue, skin, eyes. Okay, ears, nose, eye, skin, and tongue. These are the five sense organ. Out of all these sense organ, the most important and the most sensitive is your human eye. Okay, so the human eye is one of the most valuable and sensitive sense organ which help us to see the colorful world around us. Okay, so it is through eye only that we see this beautiful world. The human eye is like a camera. Okay, just like a camera, our eyes work in that way only. It captures the beautiful sceneries and our brain interprets it. Okay, now let us discuss the structure of human eye. So this is human eye. Okay, the diagram of human eye. So its lens system forms an image on a light sensitive screen called retina that has numerous light sensitive cells. Okay, so the human eye has a lens. Okay, and this lens forms image on a screen that is called retina. So this is your retina, as you can see from the diagram. There is retina. Okay, and this retina has numerous light sensitive cells. Okay, so these sensitive cells that are present in the retina helps to form image. Okay, the eyeball is almost spherical in shape with a diameter of about 2.3 centimeter. So our eyeball is spherical in shape with a diameter of 2.3 centimeter. Light enters the eye through a transparent membrane called cornea. Okay, so this is your cornea. As you can see, this pink line indicates cornea, and from the diagram you can see there is cornea, and this cornea is a transparent membrane through which light enters in our eye. Okay, now the next structure is behind the cornea is a muscular diaphragm called iris, and it controls the size of the pupil. So this is iris, and this iris is a muscular structure, okay, that controls the size of the pupil. Pupil is nothing but the opening of the eye. Okay, the opening of the eye, I mean the lenses. Okay, so that is your pupil. The pupil regulates and controls the amount of light entering the eye. So as you can see from the diagram, the pupil controls the amount of light that enters in our eye. Okay, now the next structure is the eye lens. Okay, crystalline lens. This blue, follow that blue, not blue, pink line. So this eye lens helps to form focus image of objects on the retina. So this eye lens focuses images on the retina. The ciliary muscles. Okay, so these are the ciliary muscles. I hope you can see from the diagram. The ciliary muscles helps to change the curvature of the lens and to change its focal length. So these ciliary muscles hold the lens, our eye lens, and with this ciliary muscle, the curvature Okay, that means the thickness of the lens can be changed, and this thickness of lens is changed in order to adjust the focal length of the eye lens. Okay, next is your working of human eye. How does human eye works? Okay, so the eye lens forms a real inverted image of the object on the retina. Okay, so this lens form a real and an inverted image of objects on the screen, that is retina. The light sensitive cells in the retina then produce electrical signals which are carried by the optic nerves to the brain. Okay, so in the eyes there are optic nerves. Okay, and this optic nerve is connected with the retina. Okay, so in retina there is a light sensitive cell, and these cells produce electrical signals, and these electrical signals are carried by optic nerve to the brain. The brain process the information and sends the message to the eye, and then we see the object. Okay, so what does brain do? The brain collects the information through optic nerves, and it sends message to our eye, and then only we see the object. Okay, clear? Now, power of accommodation. Next is your, what is power of accommodation? Okay, so this is very important. What is power of accommodation? So the ability of eye lens to see both near and distant objects by adjusting its focal length is called the power of accommodation of eye. Okay, so just now few minutes back I have told you that the eye lens can change its focal length. Okay, so this ability of eye lens to change its focal length so that we can clearly see near object and distant object. Okay, that ability is called power of accommodation. Okay, clear? The eye lens is composed of a fibrous jelly like material. So our eye lens is a jelly like material. Okay, its curvature can be changed to some extent by the ciliary muscles. So the ciliary muscles which hold the lens, okay, our eye lens, can change the curvature of lens. Okay, curvature means the thickness of the lens. Okay, the change in the curvature of the eye lens can change its focal length. So when there is change in the curvature of the eye lens, okay, so then that will affect the focal length of the lens. That means change in curvature causes change in focal length of the lens. Clear? Now, when the muscles are relaxed, when the ciliary muscles here refer to the ciliary muscles. Okay, so when the ciliary muscles are relaxed, the lens become thin. Okay, the lens become thin and its focal length increases. Okay, this enables us to see distant objects clearly. So when we see any distant object, that means when we see an object that is quite far, okay, so in those cases our muscles are relaxed, and this relaxed muscles causes our lens to be thin, and the thin lenses have has increased focal length. Okay, so this helps us to see distant object clearly. Now, when we look at the near objects, that means when the objects are close to our eyes, the muscles contract, the lens becomes thick, and its focal length decreases. So in case of objects that are kept near to our eye, the muscles contract and lens become thick, which results in decrease of focal length. Okay, clear? So here, as you can see, the eye can change its focal length by changing the curvature of the lens. Okay, now this ability of eye lens to change its focal length is called power of accommodation. Okay, clear? Now next thing is your near point. What is near point? The minimum distance at which the eye can see objects clearly is called the near point, or least distance of distinct vision. Okay, so when we see an object if we bring the object very close to our eye, we cannot see the objects clearly. So the minimum distance, okay, so the object should be kept at quite some distance from our eye. So the minimum distance at which we should keep an object to see that object clearly is called near point, or least distance of distinct vision. Okay, for a normal eye it is 25 centimeter. That means when an object is kept 25 centimeter away from our eye, then we can see that object clearly. But if we bring the object closer to 25 centimeter, then we cannot see the object clearly. Okay, so near point is the minimum distance at which the eye can see the objects clearly. Okay, clear? This question is very important and it comes in your exams also. Next is your far point. So the furthest distance up to which the eye can see objects clearly is called far point of the eye. So the maximum distance up to which a normal eye can see is called your far point. For a normal eye, it is between 25 centimeter and infinity. Okay, so the far point is infinity. Okay, up to infinity a normal eye can see. Clear? Now there is a note. The crystalline lens of people at old age becomes milky and cloudy. So whenever people gets old, okay, the lens becomes milky and cloudy. This condition is called cataract and causes partial or complete loss of vision. So whenever this happens, that means when our lens become cloudy, okay, this condition is called cataract and it causes loss of vision. Either there will partial loss of vision or complete loss of vision, but this condition can be corrected through a cataract surgery. So cataract is generally seen in case of old people, aged people, not in young people. Clear? Next is defects of vision. Okay, clear? Now sometimes the eye may gradually lose its power of accommodation. So this power of accommodation, which is a very important property of eye or ability of eye, it may sometimes the eye may lose it. Okay, in such cases the person cannot see the objects distinctly. So when the eye loses its power of accommodation, that person cannot see the objects clearly. The vision becomes blurred due to the refractive defects of the eye. So the vision, that means it won't be a clear vision, there will be blurriness in the vision. Okay, there are mainly 3 common refractive defects of vision. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the 3 common refractive defects of vision, which are myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia. Okay, now these defects can be corrected by the use of suitable lenses. That means if this defect occurs, that means that doesn't mean that it cannot be cured. It can be cured or corrected by using suitable lenses. Okay, now let us discuss the first defect, that is myopia. Myopia is also known as nearsightedness. Okay, it is also known as nearsightedness. It is a defect of vision in which a person can see nearby objects clearly but cannot see distant objects clearly. Okay, myopia is a defect of vision in which the person can see the objects that are close to his eye clearly but cannot see the objects that are kept away from him. Okay, that are kept far away from him. Okay, clear? It means like if you are sitting in the first bench, there are some students when they sit in the first bench they can see the board clearly, but if they sit in the last bench they cannot see the board clearly. So this type of situation is nothing but of your myopia. Okay, in a myopic eye the image is formed in front of the retina. So why myopia happens? Because the image which is supposed to be formed on retina forms in front of the retina. not on retina but just in front of it. Okay. Now, why is myopia caused? It is caused due to increase in curvature of the eye lens or increase in the length of the eyeball. When there is increase in the curvature of eye lens or there is increase in the length of the eyeball, then myopia occurs. It can be corrected by using suitable concave lens. Okay, so this defect can be corrected by using concave lens. Okay. Now let us understand myopia from this diagram. So the first diagram, that is diagram number A, is a normal eye, okay, where object is kept and the image is formed on retina. The second diagram, which is diagram B, there you can see the lines, the light rays are converging in front of retina, okay, in the middle of the eyeball, okay, somewhere in the middle of the eyeball. Now in order to correct it, we are using a concave lens. Concave lens is used, and this concave lens has caused the light rays to meet on retina. So this is how the myopia, one myopic eye can be corrected with the help of concave lens. Okay. Next defect is your hypermetropia. It is also called as far-sightedness. Okay. It is a defect of vision in which a person can see distant object clearly but cannot see nearby objects clearly. So in this situation, or in this defect of vision, the person can see the objects, the distant object clearly, but the person cannot see nearby objects clearly. Okay. It is quite opposite of myopia. Okay. In a hypermetropic eye, the image is formed behind the retina. That means instead of the formation of image on retina, the image is formed behind retina. Okay. It is caused due to decrease in curvature of the lens or decrease in the length of eyeballs. It can be corrected by using a suitable convex lens. So in case of hypermetropia, we are going to use a convex lens to correct the defect. Now again, from this diagram, let us try to understand what is hypermetropia. So the first diagram is a normal eye. Okay. So here the image is formed. Second diagram, as you can see, the image is not formed on retina, but it is formed behind retina. So in the third diagram, when there is a convex lens that is used, it causes the light rays to converge on retina and their image is formed. So this is how a hypermetropic eye is corrected with the help of convex lens. Okay. Now the next defect is your presbyopia. So presbyopia is a defect of vision in old people in which they are not able to see nearby objects clearly due to the increase in the distance of near point. So presbyopia occurs in old people, and in presbyopia, the old people are not able to see nearby objects clearly. Okay, because their near point increases. That means from 25 centimeter it has increased more. It has increased to, like, suppose 30 or 40 centimeter. Okay, so in case of presbyopia, the near point increases, and for that reason the old people cannot see the nearby objects clearly. So why does it happen? It is because due to weakening of ciliary muscles and decrease in the flexibility of eyes. Okay, so due to old age, the ciliary muscles become weak and there is decrease in the flexibility of eye lens. So for these two reasons, presbyopia occurs. It can be corrected by using suitable lens. So by using suitable lens, we can correct this defect. Now sometimes these old people are not able to see both nearby objects and distant object clearly. Okay, so there are some situations where the old people cannot see the nearby object as well as distant object. It can be corrected by using bifocal lens consisting both concave and convex lens. So this presbyopia can be corrected by using bifocal lens that has both concave and convex lens. The upper part, so in these lenses, what is there? The upper part is concave for correction of distant object, and the lower part is convex for correction of near vision. That means in these lenses you can see in the upper part it is concave. Concave is used to correct distant vision, and the lower part is convex and it is used to correct near vision. Okay, so you must have seen, if you have someone if you have your grandparents at in your home, you can see their glasses, no? So you can see two different glasses, so that is nothing but your bifocal lens. So now let us recall what we have studied. So we discussed about structure of human eye. There we discussed what are the various components of human eye. Okay, then we discussed about working of human eye, how eye help us to see objects. Then we discussed about power of accommodation, which is the ability of eye lens to adjust its focal length. And then we discussed about defects of vision and their correction. So 3 defects we have discussed: myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia, and how they can be corrected is also discussed. So with this I have come to conclude, we have come to the conclusion of today's class. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.